Hey there, and thank you for reaching out to me through the website. My name is Michael Furlong. I'm the Director and Principal Consultant of Rent Roll Maximiser. I want to run through a couple of the services that we provide, both from a consultancy and also a training and speaking point of view at real estate conferences. I'll run through and give you some examples. There are some resources and some links that you'll be able to find through the website that will be able to also help you. But I would probably suggest if you're wanting if you're an agency looking at some consultancy, reach out. We can book a consultancy call, the first one, a 30-minute discovery call, and we can run through and see what the problems are, whether we're able to help fix those. If you're looking at booking someone from a conference point of view, then I'd love to have a chat with you about that as well. Or DD, if you're buying a rent roll, we'll go through those in a second. I use this Chaos to Award winning, and I use this because it's my own example. When I was in business, I had my own rent roll, which was chaotic, and we spent a lot of time focusing on the systems, the processes, the training, and then we started winning awards. And that's what I do now. So I go into businesses that probably aren't at that level of being eligible for awards. And not that awards are everything, but it does give you an indication of how well you're tracking, and it's also great for your staff as well. So in a 90 or 120 day program, I've got that down here, we really focus on rent roll growth, more profit, less stress for the owners and the staff, make the staff happier and also the clients happier. So let's just move on to the next one here. These are the 6 points that I really find officers struggle with, whether it's not making enough money from their rent roll, consumer affairs or officer fair trading, depending on which state you're in. I work across Australia and New Zealand for officers all around Australia and New Zealand, but I'm based in Melbourne. So whether they've got, the officers have got high staff turnover, poor performance, not following systems, losing managements, complaints from owners, maybe the valuation of the rent roll is not what it should be, lack of growth, low fees, low conversion for new business, and high landlord churn. They're the things that typically officers will struggle with. I work across all sorts of brands, whether it's at a corporate level, an independent level. I might be in an office where and I've got a lot of clients that are just solopreneurs. It's them, they're managing 200, 150, 200, 250 properties on their own. We help them with VAs, we help them with putting in staff, up to brands. You might have an office that starts out with one office, then gets into a second or a third or a fourth. Work with large teams. Also work with a number of corporates as well, particularly at a training level. So here's the principle that we run with Rent Roll Maximiser: to work with the business owners and key decision makers within an agency to make more money with less time and effort. Really important. We don't want to be going in and adding more work. We're looking at making more money, less time and effort by implementing agency best practice principles to get the most out of their team and their resources. Make more money with less effort. We've developed a cookie cutter approach over the last nearly 10 years of consultancy to be able to help agencies, and we put that into the businesses to fast track some of those processes. Been working around the industry now for just on 25 years, and for the last 8 years or so have been focused primarily as a consultant. The areas that we really focus on, and I'm going to move myself over here, the areas that we focus on is on-site consultancy at the director level. We've got real estate coaching and on-site property management training, property management, operational health checks, business snapshot. We also work, as I said before, around implementing virtual assistants, workflows, systems. We're really strong users of Trello, and spend a bit of time in the audits, rent roll due diligence, and the rent roll broking space. And then lastly, and a couple of times a year, maybe 4, 5, 6 times a year, I'll be speaking at conferences. We run a lot of training, lunch and learns, webinars, either as an MC, breakout, facilitation, those sorts of things. So they're the areas that we really focus on. So here's my background, here's my experience. Been a licensed agent for close to 20 years now, member of the Real Estate Institute, was the co-founder of the Real Estate Research Group, been involved in leading property managers of Australia for many, many years, have also studied in adult learning and training. So when I'm writing the training materials, I facilitate those training days in your office, I really do focus on how do we go about getting the best out of adults when they're learning. There's nothing worse than having someone sitting there talking all day, and that was nice, but there really isn't a change back into the office. There's the awards, some of the awards that my officers have been involved in. Really important, I don't own a rent roll, so it's really important that you understand that I'm not here to compete with you or your team. Health checks, they're the things that we focus on. So we go through the health check process and we do a lot of work in the health checks. Here's just a couple of I'll just run through some Google reviews. Check the Google reviews out now. We've got great feedback, all 5-star reviews. Now, from an in-house property management training, so I spent a fair bit of time at Hocking Stewart. I've done a lot of work with First National, LJ Hooker, Remax, O'Brien, all at a corporate level, working at their Sweeney's as well, working at their corporate office to be able to actually train through to their franchise networks. Very, very happy to do that. Again, a couple more Google reviews. And these are people that are, and Fletcher's was in there. I did a lot of work at Fletcher's from a training point of view. These are some well-known industry heavyweights that you will know that I've either worked with or given their feedback on the services that I perform. Now, rent roll due diligence and file audit. Spend a lot of time on this. We don't go through and do very, very quick audits. We're very detailed. If you're going to be spending $4,000, $5,000, $6,000 per file, you want to make sure that it's of value. If you're spending $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 on a rent roll and you want someone to come in and analyze that, then I'm the person to do that, myself and the team. The next thing that we, again, go back through a number of people here that we've got some feedback from, so the Google reviews, and again, into New Zealand and Australia. Events, this is an event up in Queensland just recently, and I'm a regular speaker there at the PPM conference. I do a lot of work with PMLR, PPM, and so it's both Australia and in New Zealand as well as a speaker. Bit of feedback there, you can find that as well. So what I want to do is I'll wrap it up now. Hopefully that's given you a bit of an overview of the services that we are able to offer. I just wanted to snapshot off there. As I said, there's some many resources here. Reach out to me at one of the numbers here. You can either find me through phone, Facebook, email, LinkedIn, our YouTube channel, website, Instagram, wherever you find us, scan the QR code. Happy to offer you an opportunity to be asked to catch up. If we can help you, we will say so. If we can't, we'll also then maybe direct you through to somewhere else that we'll be able to help you as well. Rowing harder doesn't get you any further along if you are heading in the wrong direction. I use this all the time. Doesn't matter how hard you work, if you're not going in the right direction, you're going to always struggle. I'll move myself back over there. Always struggle. Look forward to talking to you. Look forward to catching up with you, and cheers for now.